I'm Craig Grant and this is Cobweb Maths, and we are going to do a practice test and some quick tests. This is a practice test and we'll do it together. We're adding two decimals. So what you have to do is you have to line up the decimals vertically for a start. See this one here? We're subtracting. We have to do the same thing there. We have to line those decimal points up and do the subtraction. And here, with this as division, we have to line up the decimal points vertically, and we do make it into a fraction. In all of these first things, we can work them out by ignoring the decimal point, without the decimal point. And if we do that first, that's very helpful. With this one here, once we've got it as a fraction, we can actually eliminate the decimal point and work it out without the decimal point. I'll show you when I flip it. Right, we take the first number, there it is there, and we add a 0 to get it all balanced. And we forget about the decimal point, so we go over here, we take the decimal points out, we just add it up like it's an ordinary number, and then we put it back, and the decimal point is in the same column. That's all there is to that. This one here, there it is, decimal points are lined up, we're subtracting them. We go over here and we take out the decimal points. Now we can do this a couple of ways. What we can do is we can split this number at the top. That's 14 tens plus 3, alright? So we can make that 13 tens, which is 130 plus 13. You see, that allows us to take away, we can't take 8 from 3, but we can take away 8 from 13, which is 5. Then we take away 7 lots of 10 from 13 lots of 10, and we'll get 6 lots of 10, which is 60, and the answer is 65. And when we come back here, we put 6.5. Now there is another way of doing it. It's called the equal adding method. Basically, we make the bottom line, see there, that's 78, we make it into 80. And we do that by adding 2. Now we just add 2 to the top line. And when you add the same amount to both numbers, the difference when you subtract is the same. So we've got 145, take away 80, you take 8 from 14, you'll get 6, there's your 65, come back right over here, 6.5. Now, question number 3, we take out the decimal point, so that's 324 times 2, which is 648. Then we go back, count the decimal point places, 1, 2, 2 decimal places. So we've got to have 2 decimal places. That's the first, that's the second. So it's the answer is 6.48. Now for this little beauty here, they're all lined up and we just disappear them. Right? So we end up with that one over there, and we disappear them by multiplying the top line by 10, the bottom line by 10. That's multiplying by 10 over 10 is the same as multiplying by 1. So that and that are the same. We divide 2 into that and we get 124. Now in this next quick test over here, which I've just put up now, what I want you to do is pause the video. You've got 4 questions here. You pause the video, work those questions out, and then switch the video on and I'll give you the answers. So I'll give you a moment to pause the video. Right, that's enough. Now I'm going to turn this over and here are the answers. Once again, we just write those things vertically. I think we put an extra 0 on there and we just add them up. And we add them up like that doesn't exist, and it comes out to be 20.644. Now over here, I take that there, take out the decimal point, put it over there, I add 2 to both sides, I mean sorry, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Just excuse me for a moment, the dog wants to go outside. Out you go, Ted. He barks a lot. I had him in here, trying to keep him quiet. Anyway, where was I? Back to here. Yes, we get 237 and we get 30 here. Take 0 from 7, you get 7. Take 3 from 23, you get 20. And the answer is 207. Put that back over here, and it's 20.7. This one here, take out the decimal points. There it is without the decimal points. Multiply it out, 693. Count the decimal points, 1, 2, 3. You see, 1, 2, 3 there. So we've got, that's the first decimal place, second decimal place, third decimal place. It's got to have 3 decimal places. And the last one, 6.9 over 0.3. Disappear the decimal points. So that's the same as 69 over 3. 3 into 6 goes twice, 3 into 9 goes 3. And there is the answer there. Now it's time for the final test. There we go. So there's the final test. Now you've got to pause the video again, work this out, and then I'll give you the answers. So I'll give you a moment to pause the video. Right, assume you pause the video. I'll flip it over. Here we go. The answers to quick test 2. Alright, once again, you just put those numbers up there like that vertically, take out the decimal point and add it up like it doesn't have a decimal point. Oops-a-daisy, the answer doesn't have a decimal point. Better put it in. There it is there. That's an oversight. Right, we go here. Now, what you have to do here, if you're going to do the equal adding business, you've got to make that into 200. So you have to add 72. All right, so you'd add, if you add 2 to 8, you're going to get, you get a 10 there. So if you add 2 to 28, you're going to get 30. So you have to add another 70 to get it up to 200. So if you do add 72 to both sides, 200 on the bottom, 279 on the top, take away 200 and the answer is 79, so that's 0.79. Now the other way you can do it is by, we take this number here, over to here, and think of 207 as 190 plus 17, because we can't take 8 from 7, so we have to take 8 from 17, and 17 and 190 will give you 207. So it becomes 2 subtractions. We take 8 from 17, we get 9. We take 120 from 190 and we get 70, and we'll get 79. The other thing you can do is do it this way. Cross out the 0 and put a 9 there and put a 1 there, and then you have to cross out the 2 and put a 1 there, because that's like 19 plus 190 plus 17 will give you 207. Then you take 8 from 17, you get 9, and then you take 12 from 19 and you'll get 7. Right, next one, number 3. Whip out the decimal points and you've just got 21 times 4, which is 84. Count the decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places there, point, put the 0 in front. You're done. Last one, just put it as a fraction, disappear the fraction because you multiply the top line by 100, the bottom line by 100, which is equivalent to jumping that decimal point a couple of places that way and jumping the decimal point a couple of places that way, and the decimal point disappears on the top and bottom. And over here we've got 240 divided by 4. Well, if we divide 4 into 24 we'll get 6. So if it's 240, it's 6 with a 0 on it. And we're done. Now this video is a good one to come back and look at it again, do the tests again. It'll help your long-term memory with your decimals, and get you up to speed with decimals. And we're done.